Welcome to our deep dive into reactive attachment disorder, or RAD. This ain't just some fancy psychobabble, folks. We're talking about a serious mental health condition that affects children who've been dealt a tough hand early in life. These are the kids who've faced neglect, abuse, the kind of stuff that no child should ever have to go through. Today, we're going to break down this complex issue. We'll explore what RAD is, how it takes root, the signs you can't afford to miss, and most importantly, what in the world you can do about it. So what exactly are we talking about when we say reactive attachment disorder? It's not about kids being difficult or defiant on purpose. No, this is about a fundamental struggle to form those deep, meaningful bonds with their caregivers. You see, every child craves that sense of safety, that feeling of being loved and protected. But when a child, especially in those crucial early years, faces constant neglect or abuse, it sends a powerful and frankly dangerous message. That the world is not a safe place and that people can't be trusted. This is where RAD steps in, disrupting the natural development of trust and emotional regulation. These kids, they have a hard time seeking comfort, expressing affection, or building healthy relationships. They've learned to protect themselves by shutting down emotionally. Now let's talk about the root of the problem. RAD doesn't just appear out of thin air. It's a direct result of what these kids have endured in their young lives. We're talking neglect, abuse, unstable caregiving, usually before the age of 5, when those little brains are just developing. Imagine this, a baby cries out for comfort, for food, for a simple diaper change, but their needs are consistently ignored or met with anger. What message does that send? Over time, the brain adapts to this chronic neglect, and sadly, that adaptation often looks like avoidance and distrust. It's a heartbreaking defense mechanism, folks, but it's how they've learned to survive. Now, how do you know if a child might be struggling with RAD? Well, the warning signs often show up early on, and if they're not addressed, they can follow these kids into adulthood. One of the biggest red flags is difficulty with emotional connection. These kids might avoid eye contact, like they're afraid to let anyone in. They might have trouble showing affection, even to someone who genuinely cares about them. And socially, forget about it. They might withdraw, preferring to be alone rather than risk getting hurt again. These are not bad kids, folks. They're hurting kids. Long-term RAD can lead to struggles with intimacy, emotional detachment, a whole host of challenges that make it tough to navigate the world. Now, before you get discouraged, hear me out. There is hope. With the right support, children and adults with RAD can heal and build those healthy emotional connections they so desperately crave. It's not a quick fix, but it's possible. Therapy is crucial here. It provides a safe space for these individuals to process their trauma, learn healthier coping mechanisms, and slowly start to rebuild trust. But therapy alone isn't enough. They need consistent, loving caregiving from adults who are patient, understanding, and willing to go the extra mile. Encouraging emotional expression is also key. We need to teach these kids that it's okay to feel, that their emotions matter. Now, wouldn't it be great if we could prevent this heartache in the first place? Well, here's the good news. We can. It all starts with fostering secure attachment from the get-go. That means responding to a baby's needs promptly and consistently. It means creating a stable, nurturing environment where they feel safe and loved. It means understanding the impact of trauma and using those trauma-informed parenting techniques that can make all the difference. We have to break the cycle, folks. It starts with us. Look, dealing with RAD is tough, no doubt about it, but I'm here to tell you that healing is possible. These kids, these adults, they deserve a chance at a brighter future, a chance to experience the love and connection they've been deprived of. Remember, love and trust, they can be learned over time. It takes patience, it takes understanding, but it's worth fighting for. For more insights on attachment, trauma recovery, and emotional healing, follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Focused Mind Counseling. Thank you for watching.